Urban Azania show, take 1, episode 1. Ha!
It's more like take 10. Bro.
Take 10.
Take 1.
Yeah, man. We just thought we should mention that we've had a couple of takes.
Bro.
Yo.
Man, the devil is a liar.
Bro.
This is, I
He's
don't know,
out
this
here.
is like, we've been, I mean, we started at 2 o'clock and it's about 3:30 right now.
3:30.
So we've had a couple of takes. Problem number 1, the mixer. The mixer has just been a vibe.
It's not
Bro,
on our side at all.
The mixer, we just started recording, and then out of nowhere, we just said, and there was smoke.
There's smoke coming up.
But like, nothing's wrong with the mixer. We're
still
still
working.
here. It's still working. So we're here to power through, give you a great podcast today. It is the Urban Azania podcast show, by the way. My name is Farron, aka Fahrenheit, Lord Fahrenheit. Address me as such. I'm chilling with my friends
Gosh.
today.
Yo, man, what's happening? It's that guy all the way from Durban, South Africa. I'm on
Yes.
Mapumulo, living with the white mug, drinking some black coffee,
Yeah.
no sugar, changing things around. Man.
White Mug Boys. It's your boy Jamie.
Hashtag
Big
White Mug
J,
Boys.
The great unknown. Don't even mention anything about
You
Mikasa.
have to. You
I have
cannot
to.
say it. You cannot
Please.
say it.
AKA
Come on.
Diet Mikasa.
Okay,
All
that's-
day.
AKA
All day.
Sensual Yogurt. AKA
The original caramel villain.
yes, the original caramel.
Yeah, we've been at the Diet Mikasa joke
Yeah.
for all the takes. So
Hey.
that's why we're like, you can't not do it.
You can't not do it. I'm gonna make sure almost every podcast episode, I'm gonna come up with a different name for Jamie, because that's just what I've been doing all throughout
It's
my
only
years.
because I've had about 4 or 5 instances in my life where I've been mistaken for Chase something. Lord
Yeah.
knows why, because I'm like double the man's size. I think it's just the beard. It's got to be the beard.
Gotta be the beard
But
and
I've
the
legit
haircut.
had people, okay, fair enough, they were drunk at the time, but I've legit had people come up to me and be
I
like,
understand.
dude, I love your music. I'm like, what are you talking about?
No,
like,
you must play
it's like-
along. You play
it's-
games.
it's funny.
You must
It's
just
funny.
play along. With that being said, from our pilot episode,
Mhm.
because this is officially episode 1,
Yeah,
I'm sure you can see that it probably even looks better.
yeah,
Yeah.
Type of thing,
definitely.
you can see the camera angles
We
are
upgraded.
communicating.
You know what I'm
what's up.
saying?
So huge shout out to the person behind, everything. Mr. Gift and Kosi.
Gift and
Yeah.
Kosi, thanks for being with us today.
Thank you so much. Thank you so
Appreciate
much.
this.
On his name.
It has been a gift. It has been a gift.
You know, it's. I thought I should just say it again.
Yeah.
He's wearing a Liverpool t-shirt.
Hey.
But he's a Chelsea man at
But he's a
heart.
Chelsea
He's a
man.
Chelsea man at heart.
Whoever's the friend that bought him that Liverpool shirt and put
It's
his
not a real
name on
friend.
it, damn it, yo, he's not a good friend.
I think that was a sales technique. That's
Bro.
like if things aren't going well that side,
Yeah.
hey, you already have the shirt.
Yeah, maybe it's just got you pre-booked. If something goes wrong in the league, it's okay.
It's okay.
You've got ownership with us, you know what I'm saying?
This is
It's
what
just
happens when you win a trophy after 30 years. You try to recruit as many people as possible. It's like, no, you got to support us now.
Yeah, this is messed up. This is messed
One
up.
hit wonders, bro.
yo, but on that topic of being the pilot show last week, and this is the first episode,
Yeah.
we had a topic, because it is the Urban Azania show, and this is the Progressive Man Cave.
Yeah, man. We call it progressive. We're not just the man cave
Yeah.
that is just narrow-minded.
Yeah.
We're trying our best to be as open-minded as possible.
Yeah.
Explore everybody's side of the story.
Yeah, we're trying to diffuse the toxic masculinity that is known to be in a man cave.
Yeah,
Right.
man. Okay.
And we were talking about relationships last week, and my sister was with us, and
she's still around.
she's still around, so-
she'll pop in.
Shout
yeah,
out
yeah.
Casey Ray.
She's there.
shout out
popped in.
Casey Ray. She brought up an interesting topic that she waits for about 3 months within a relationship before
Whoa. She said 3 to 6 months.
3 to 6 months
3
before
to 6 months of dating.
before she considers it an
Yeah.
actual relationship.
3 to 6. Don't forget.
Bro, 3 to 6, bro. That's long. That's
We were crying about 3.
bro.
3 to 6.
That's
Put some respect on that.
I know people that have gotten married within 6
Bro.
months of dating.
Yeah,
bruh.
so, bro.
Like,
yeah. You
Yo.
out here just on probation for 3 to 6
Like,
months
you know,
before you consider it an actual relationship.
work
So,
probation isn't even
What
that
is
long,
what is
bruh.
what is your take on the whole 3 to 6 months thing? How do you guys feel about it?
Man, this is so hectic. Ish.
Hmm?
I'm trying to wrap my head around it because you're trying to be politically correct sometimes.
Hmm.
But let me just say what I have in my head. I think, guys, within the first month or should I say at most month and a half, we should already know the direction
Exactly.
of where this is heading.
Yeah.
Hey, but now the 3 to 6 months, that means what are we still trying to?
What do we?
At this age, what is your favorite color gonna do for you?
Yeah,
We're
exactly.
too old now. We need to know other things now. We need to move real quick. Your favorite food, we'll find out when we get married.
Exactly.
Say, 6 months.
What's
Maybe she'll explain because she's around. But
Yeah.
I don't know. Jay, what's up?
Nah, bro, I can't. I'm sorry. 3 months I can understand, but anything longer than that, like, come on. Does it take you that long to make up your mind of whether you want to be with this person or not? I can understand, people are busy these days. We've got our careers.
Yeah.
Time is not always on our side. And, when it comes to relationships, sometimes we kind of have to, like, slot it into the really busy schedules that we're on. But, 6 months, bro. If you can't make up your mind on a person after 3 months, then you should not be with
But
that
that just,
person.
you know what? That just opened my mind up to, like, where us as guys come from. Like, they do say guys fall in love quicker than
Yeah, that's true.
than females, apparently.
I didn't know that.
Apparently it's a
true?
scientific fact that we do, apparently. So
Blood
from that perspective, maybe that's why we always jump into it earlier. And then meanwhile, girls are looking at it from the long run. They take a much longer time to actually know if it's an actual viable relationship or not.
Okay, I get
You know what I'm saying?
I get you. But also, I don't know. A lot of girls have different opinions when it comes to these things. So, I think another thing that should determine is this, are we getting into this from a long-term perspective? Because it's good to know someone's that's the whole point of dating. So we know each other's expectations. Where are we taking this? Do we feel we're compatible? From an emotional point of view, from a mindset point of view, do we feel we're compatible from a financial aspect?
Yeah, that too.
It's all of those compatibilities. Are they working together? But if we are feeling that it's something serious and we're looking to take it that seriously, maybe I understand if, say, 3 months we're dating, then 6 months we're getting married. But I'm not sure if 6 months. What are we
doing in 6 months?
What are we doing? Then what happens? Okay, what happens in the 4th month? We're not even in a relationship and we decide this is not working. Wouldn't you feel like we were already dating?
Yeah.
You feel like a breakup.
Exactly. Because then what you're going to call that person? Be like, oh no, it's somebody I used to date. Then they automatically going to think, okay, maybe girlfriend, boyfriend. No. We weren't in a relationship. We were just dating.
I think also another thing, we all have different connotations of what dating is.
Yeah.
True.
If you tell some people, will say, no, we're just dating. Some people think they're in a relationship.
Yeah.
That's why, like, I always look at the American term where they say, like, oh, are we exclusive?
Yeah.
And then the guy's like, no, we've only been dating for 6 months. We didn't say that we're exclusive. Then it's like, does that mean when we're exclusive, now we're in a relationship? Or,
apparently.
Like, you see, now I'm confused. Or can I date you and then also date so-and-so?
Yeah.
But we're all just getting to know each other. So we're not exclusive as yet.
Yeah,
South African context, what is
different? I don't know. Like, I know, I just, when it feels natural, right? It could be 3 weeks, it could be 4 weeks, but the consistent flow. Like, I might be only just seeing the person maybe once a week, but the conversation is there, the chemistry is there. I would consider, like, I'm just going to go with the flow with this and then see where it goes. But more than likely, most of those times, like, I found myself ending up in a relationship quicker than to drag out. I know the dragged out relationships for me didn't go anywhere because you start picking up stuff much quicker. And I think maybe that's why girls tend to want to wait out and us guys go in much quicker. I don't know if you're getting where I'm coming from.
I get what you're saying, but you also, I think it depends on the kind of person you are. Because some people, okay, I'm not speaking from personal experience, but
it's okay, man. Listen, we understand. We're not going to judge you. We're not going to judge you.
From what I've heard, I mean, you get some people that'll just, like, after, like, the 3rd or 4th date, they'll just assume that you're in a relationship.
Yeah, you do get
those.
There
won't be that conversation.
You see, now that's another thing.
They'll just be like, oh no.
That's
true. I'm not gonna lie, that's true, because that's some codependency issues right there. But it happens. Like, you get people that won't even have the conversation. It'll just be like automatically assume, oh no, You're now my significant other.
Yeah.
You know, how do you determine a relationship, like the start of an actual relationship?
You know what I think is important personally? I think communicating expectations from the get-go is important. Now, I see the time span of 3 to 6 months, but my thing is whether it's 2 months, whether it's 3 months, whether it's 6 months, when we are starting to get to know each other, I see the first date, at least in our third date or so, we should be communicating that, you know what, these are sort of my expectations of where I see this going. This is how I feel about it. So that another month down the line, I'm not somewhere you're not.
Exactly.
As a female. So I'm not, we're in a relationship and she's like, how? But we're still getting to know each other. Why is this guy so fast?
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes that's where it all goes wrong. The fact that we are not communicating the expectations of each other.
Yeah.
So if I come through and I'm like, hey, listen, I've really loved our past 2 dates and I'm really looking to go into a serious relationship with you. These are my expectations, or this is what I'd love for this to turn into. This is where I'm looking to be in the next year, in the next 2 years. Also, you know, then they'd also come and say, if I don't know, if the combos are not communicating, the combos are not communicating.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to go for that long without knowing each other's expectations.
I get you. But you know what? This is always going to be an open topic, open discussion. So we would love more comments to come through. So
especially from the ladies.
Yeah. Drop
before
us.
we carry on.
Yeah.
The person who's saying 3 to 6 months must come tell us.
You must. We need to know.
Show your face.
Show your face.
No, I actually want to. I genuinely now want to know. Now that I'm actually engaging on the topic and I'm actually listening. Like, this 3 to 6 months thing is a fire.
Like you said, in this day and age, you don't really know, like, if you're exclusive with the person or not until you've actually had the conversation with them. So I could be dating this chick, but at the same time, she's seeing 2 other people on the side, you know, and it's just dating. They're not in a serious relationship. So I think until that conversation is actually had where you're like, okay, check here, we might not be in a serious relationship. I'm not going to put a ring on your finger right now, but I don't want to see anyone else but you. And I prefer you do the same.
This is quite interesting. Also, I'm like, particularly in the Black culture, dating isn't necessarily such a big thing. Depending on which generation you're in. Okay. So like, that's why to us growing up, when you hear people are dating, we thought they're in a relationship. Yeah. We didn't think that they're dating, meaning they're just getting to know each other. They're going out for coffee. True. They're trying to establish something to determine whether they're going to enter into a relationship or not. So for the longest time, I grew up thinking that when people say, "Nah, we're just dating," I thought, dating, we're in a relationship. Then. Yeah. You know. So with us, you just go, hey, speak to the girl. Hey, you know, I like you, and this, that. Next thing you know, we dating. So dating was in a relationship. It's exclusive type of thing. But I think looking at the proper context of dating, it's actually us getting to know each other and communicating our expectations and just opening up to see whether we're compatible enough to be in a relationship. So to some people, it might be a culture shock. Because I know even back then, like, some girls will tell you, this guy is stupid. He still wants to date. Because they're used to maybe guys that are fast. Like, you know, quick, that. And then you come, there's the good guy. You're trying to take them out for coffee. Yeah. And they're like, is this boy stupid? Like, why is he so slow? He's still trying to take me out for coffee. Yeah, I get you. And this, that. So
those are the ones you got to stay away from.
But you know what? We'd love to hear more from people's opinions. So you don't be shy. Drop us a comment on our socials. Another topic that has been showing us flames is this movie called Cuties.
Hey, guys, if you've seen that trailer.
Bro.
Never mind the trailer, bro. I've seen scenes from the movie. That stuff was disturbing, bro.
Like, guys, if you haven't checked it out, Cuties, Cuties, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
I've seen the trailer of it. I haven't seen scenes from the movie. It's... Somebody gave a rundown. I don't even know
first of all, I don't even know how that movie made it onto Netflix. Like, do they not have people, like, proof watching these things?
It's another clicks.
It's another clicks.
Like, for real. Like, for real. Like,
which we will get to. It's a topic we'll get to just now.
They know, like, you know, quality control process going on before they put this thing up. Like, it's just, I don't know. First of all, what shocked me the most out of this, well, from what it seems, I haven't seen the movie. But from what it seems, it's like some sort of dance movie that involves a group of young girls. Yeah. But when I say young, these girls look like they're between like 10 and maybe 13
And
at the oldest.
yeah.
And they are but out here doing the most. Like,
They're doing the WAP challenge.
Yeah.
Pretty
the
much.
movie is about 10 to 13-year-old girls doing the WAP
pretty
challenge.
much.
If we have to sort of sum it up.
Yes,
I'm like,
definitely.
First of all, how did their parents allow them like to let them do it? First of all, second of all, the person who directed it is a woman.
Wow.
That scared me the most. I'm like, how? What on God's green earth possessed you to actually make that movie?
Possessed you.
I'm sorry, there's no other way to explain it. Like, what were you thinking? Like, you're a woman.
You have a like natural nurturing ability as a woman. Like from my perspective, I wouldn't think a woman would be okay with directing basically little young girls at a tour competition, because the premise is they in a tour competition.
It is.
It's about.
That's what it seems, because the one scene that I came across online is literally the one girl who seems like the protagonist in the movie is teaching all the other girls how to twerk. So she's teaching them how to arch their backs, how to do this, how to like they are out here doing the most.
God,
bro.
Like,
what is this? Child,
I couldn't even watch, like, honestly, I got about, I think, like 30 seconds, 45 seconds of the video. I was like, this is crazy.
You know what? I think what I'm learning is that depending on, you see, this whole first world and whatnot country stuff is actually real, because depending on which world level you are in, you get more desensitized, and it goes back to what we were saying in our pilot episode, that it's almost like either the more westernized we get, the more desensitized we get to things. Because if you come to sort of like our context in Africa, there's still a lot of sort of cultural things, traditional things. We're still a bit more reserved with regards to these things. And to us, maybe this thing is like, whoa, this is too much. And maybe overseas, they're like, hey, guys, come on, chill. I mean, this is normal. But to us, because of our cultural context, GBV, we still go back to that. Gender-based violence, which we're still trying to do with mindsets of men. There's pedophiles. There's so many bad things going on in the world. I don't think we need this. No, that's my opinion.
Not at all.
I don't think we... But, the world actually feels we don't need that movie, because, surprisingly, they won an award at the Sundance.
Yeah, that was another thing.
Like, that was at the Sundance Film Award. They won an award for that movie.
What about it? What is the award? What about it?
I'd love to know.
I would love to know what category that was in, because to have young girls twerking, making a movie of it, and actually giving an award, maybe the cinematic quality, maybe there was the I don't know, the artwork of the movie, but that doesn't justify the fact that you're promoting pedophilia. You know what I'm saying? And that's exactly what everyone is saying, that they're promoting pedophilia. And the first poster, apparently, the first artwork or cover picture for the movie was actually fine, but because people watched it, they had found out what it's about, and they had obviously cancel culture wants to cancel it, and then from there they decide they're going to change the artwork. But then the second artwork actually looks way worse than the first one.
That's the one where they're all in the uniform.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And you get an idea of what it's about, and that's the one that actually had everyone like on Netflix like, yo, what is this? What are you doing? Like, why are you promoting this thing?
You know what I'm finding as the messed up thing in this world right now? The messed up thing is that by the nature of the fact that we are talking about this topic, and maybe some of us are against it, the funny thing is we could have people protest against us. Yeah. To say that what we are saying is wrong because we are against some freedom of
freedom of expression.
Some freedom of expression. The girls should be able at that age to show off their bodies the way that they want to. And I feel like this whole freedom thing is amazing and great, but sometimes it's getting out of hand because now we could really have people screenshot what we are saying. Exactly. These guys are just against the progression of some sort of movements of whatever it is, and they're talking against these girls freely consenting with their families to be a part of this movie. And I feel like this whole cancel culture thing they're always on about is also just too
you know, like,
because I mean, this is sorry to interrupt there, but because this is not the first time that Netflix has been under fire something along these lines. I remember, I think it was last year, or might have even been the beginning of this year. There was a series that was up on Netflix. It was an Italian series about these two schoolgirls, and they kind of like got mixed up in the wrong side of life, got into drugs and partying and stuff like that, to the point where they actually started prostituting themselves out.
Oh.
That show got, like, it was under so much fire because they were saying that they're promoting underage prostitution. First of all, they were promoting prostitution. Second of all, the girls were portraying high school girls, so they were underage technically, and they were promoting it. So Netflix got
flame for that.
They caught fire for it. Why are they not catching fire for this? Because it seems like most of the heat itself is actually directed towards the woman who made the movie and not Netflix. She's been getting death threats. Like, there's been big things going on, but nobody's saying anything to Netflix.
I think it goes back to the whole thing of maybe in the Netflix headquarters there are people, because I'm not sure what you call these movements, but there are people who are saying that it's not fair maybe to shut this down because of some opinions that say that this is not okay.
Yeah.
So I feel like this whole thing of being too open allows too many things to come in, and then when the people don't like what's actually happening, they'll actually go after the person and not the organization.
Yeah.
Because maybe the organization policies say that we're not going to discriminate towards the content that we are taking in because of how open these things are. And I'm not against things being open. I'm just maybe against the perpetual effects of what it might have to the next generation and to the kids that are growing up. I mean, I always say these people are going to have problems that we have never heard of because of what they're growing up watching.
Exactly.
True.
Type of thing.
I mean, I know you do get a lot of pole dancing schools. I've seen young kids do, like, I've judged talent shows and stuff in my dance career, and you get kids doing taking pole dancing schools, and they're amazing. Like off the bat, you think pole dancing, like, that's related to something that's of a very explicit nature. But when you see these little, like, these girls do it, it's like, wow, okay, there's so much strength, so much they got so much poise, so much technique at the dance, like from a dance perspective. And young girls are doing it, so they've obviously taken away the explicit idea that it's generalized around the ethos. Sure. So I'm just saying maybe they did the exact same thing getting these kids into this movie, because maybe they tried to not consider it as what we think of it as we know it to be, because there's no way kids just, I don't know.
So you're saying that maybe it's our lens that's distorted, and they didn't come from that angle.
You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. I'm against it too. I'm just trying to also understand where they're coming from the idea of it.
Thing even made it.
How
So maybe platform. I get you. So maybe it's our lens that's looking at it from a whole twerk perspective, and they may be like, hey, we're not even.
You know what I'm saying? In Europe, the twerking genre of dance is big. Like, there are classes, there's different moves and stuff. Like, there's different stuff, just like how you'd have popping and locking. You know what I'm saying? There's a whole bunch of moves just for that genre. Yeah. So maybe as a society, we don't know that much of Europe, because it's from Europe, this movie. Am I right?
As far as I know.
Maybe we're not familiar with that kind of a culture, but at the end of the day, it is not something that should be spread across the world on a media platform where there are pedophiles at watching this. It's promoting the wrong sort of message. Yeah. I'm just saying, I'm trying to find where they could be coming from with this, being their culture from wherever it was produced. But again, it's the wrong message being sent.
Yeah, there definitely should have been some guidelines put in place. Like, I can okay, fair, not to say that, they should have used like older girls or something, but they should have. But it's just, like, I mean, you got to think about the message that you're portraying to
little
kids.
Girls, little kids. No,
I get you. So you know what? I would really also love to hear from you guys in the comments. What are your thoughts? Please watch the trailer. Come back. Tell us exactly what you think, and you think that something like that would be relevant in the South African market. All right. So with that being said, our WCW for the week is the one and the only, the ever so gorgeous, ever so wonderful Holly Ray.
Ba, ba, ba,
Ba,
ba.
ba, ba, ba. 300,000 guys. 300,000.
Bro.
Girls doing things.
What
Right?
do you call that in the platinum stages?
In South Africa, that's multi-platinum.
Wow.
How many times multi? I don't know.
Mm.
But it's multi, man.
It's
Listen.
multi
Yeah.
is yeah, bro. But shout out to her. Yeah,
Shout out.
she's doing.
Yeah. She's from
she's
Durban,
big
right?
things.
Polito
Yeah,
or something
Durban
like
girl,
that.
bro, doing big things.
031.
031.
031, that Red Map City.
And
031.
what makes it even like, what just makes it even more special is that she's an independent artist.
Yeah.
How dope is that?
Like that's like unheard of.
Like I remember back in the day, being
Yeah.
an independent artist was sort of unheard of.
Yeah.
It's
True.
almost like the biggest risk, or you
Yeah.
won't make it. It's almost like even the labels will probably discourage you. Don't even think about it.
Yeah.
You're not. Don't even go that route.
Yeah.
You know what's dope about this culture that I like about this generation is that they make everything possible in the sense of the independent artists in the music industry. At one stage you had to have your deal. You have to have your music deal in order to be considered an artist. Yeah. Nowadays you can break that mold. You can be an independent artist. You can show everyone. You can still make record sales. You can still do everything on your own without this major industry help.
Yeah.
And you can still win. And she's done just that, being an independent
exactly.
artist.
I think also, if you look at it, it's the avenues of distribution that
Yeah.
get a big chance.
Oh yeah.
Because
Definitely.
back then, if it was just cassettes, it was hard for you to just go out, buy cassettes, batch, record on them, and then get them distributed. Because
True.
obviously you needed a record label.
Definitely.
You needed that power. out there.
Yeah.
Soon as social media got involved, the different platforms to upload music for people to stream, to download music, as soon as it got more acceptable, I feel that sort of gave more power to people who said, you know what, I actually want to be an independent artist.
Yeah.
Because traditionally back then, it's either radio, CDs, and tapes, or nothing.
Or nothing.
Yeah.
I mean,
Exactly.
having a music video was yay.
Bro.
If you have a music video and you show it on TV, my
Hey,
guy, autographs.
Yeah.
Hey.
Back then,
Overnight celebrity.
I mean,
bruh.
hey,
Bro.
your credit would be there. Umbonile umntanami, he's on TV. He's on TV, umntanami.
Made it.
The music video. Probably your family's like, okay, we out the
here.
hood. We're buying a house in Hlanga just for
Bro.
a music video. Now people record a music video now out on YouTube. Even if it doesn't get accepted on channel or MTV, if you have the following and you have the community, you pop it.
Exactly. It's a great time to be a creative and to have a
definitely.
group of people that are willing to push your vision for you.
Yes.
It's a great time for that.
And
So-
it just shows you, like, you know, that if you place yourself around the right people,
Yep.
people who kind of share your vision, that, you know, want to see the exact same things that you want to see happen in your career. Hey, bro, sky's the limit, bro. She's proof of that. So shout out to her.
I think it still doesn't take
Yeah.
away from the hard work, the
For
consistency,
Most
the
definitely.
diligence. As much as you're saying all of these nice things, that there's so many avenues, it just simply says you even have to work harder now because there's more people who are trying to get through the
Oh,
funnel.
yeah.
I would like to commend just South Africa in general is the fact that in the first world countries and how we're talking about these sensitized and desensitized countries, like these Western, they would consider this cultural appropriation in a sense that there's this white girl taking sort of like a black genre's music and making herself look cool with it. Whereas in South Africa, we enjoy that, we respect it, and we're like, yo, we commend you for actually integrating with us in a sense like we all enjoying your music. And it just shows also, again, it shows that sometimes you don't have to be too sensitive to what's going on sometimes, you know. It's just, we've got this girl, she's talented, she got a vision, she makes great music, it's house music, but so what, we're enjoying it and it sounds dope, you know what I'm saying?
If we have to be honest, in South Africa, one of the things that has always brought us together is music.
Exactly.
Definitely.
That's a powerful part of our South African sort of heritage. Unfortunately, I do feel that we've somewhat lost it, and I also do understand that the relevance of music was different back in the day. Because if you look at music back in the day, that's what used to get us into stadiums to pass through a certain message to say, guys, let's stand together to either fight a system, fight what we're going through. But I still do think that we can still use music as a thing to still bring us together, like you were saying, to say, okay, this is actually happening. You know, things are going together.
Yeah.
As you can see, music is also, and the artists bring us together with our protests.
Yeah.
That have been happening recently in the country.
Yeah.
Bro.
It's been tough out here for the artists, bro, during this whole lockdown period.
32 artists, musicians, well, just artists in general, creative artists in the music field and entertainment were what can we call it? They protested and they got caught.
It was more than 32 that protested. There was quite a few, it was quite a big number that protested. It was just the 32 that were arrested.
Yeah, 32 got arrested. Sorry, my bad. I take that back. 32 got arrested, and that's a 1,000 rand bail on 32 people.
That's already money, bro.
That's money, bro.
That's money. That's
for people that have already been struggling during this whole lockdown period because of Corona, for them now to have to cough out more money, you know, for bail. Like, okay, I get, you know, the police were doing their jobs and everything, but you know, if artists weren't backed into a corner where they would have to actually go to these measures to be heard.
Yeah.
I was about to ask that, do you feel that they went too extreme to close down the actual freeway? What are your thoughts?
Yeah,
do you think it was too extreme, or do you think that they were actually pushed to the place where if we want to be heard, then we now have to go this route? The artists have been talking.
Just for people who don't know, they blocked off a whole freeway. They stopped traffic. Traffic was stopped for the whole day, and they set up shop there, and they decided they're going to protest there to be heard. And quite frankly, maybe they didn't go about it the right way, but at the same time they did, because they weren't violent about it. They were just trying to get their voice across.
Yeah.
And you know what? As artists, as creatives, a lot of us feel like we aren't heard. Yeah. We do feel like we aren't heard. And I think they're just trying to get their point across to actually get heard from the government, because everyone else is being seen to, and all they were kind of asking for is just to bump up the amount of people that they can accommodate in a venue for their shows. And what else was it?
I think it's a couple of things, you know. I remember what is also when he was talking there. There's a couple of points. Mentioned.
Yeah.
Yes, some of them were to bump up the capacities. You know, some of it is that just more attention on the artists. There's a couple of demands. There was an actual speech.
And grants. Gift says grants. Thanks, Gift. Yeah.
It's very true. And grants, because the thing is, if we have to be bluntly honest, we don't have a shortage of money.
Yeah, we do not.
Nah.
But the problem is how the money is being distributed is not being fair. And especially in South Africa, maybe it's because we come from the generation of, if you want to be an artist, then it's not considered a career. You need to go out there, get your certificate, then we're going to take you seriously.
Yeah.
My boy. Now we're going to go out of this struggle. Because you went to DUT, to UKZN, and UP, and you got your degree.
Bro.
So maybe, I don't know, maybe it comes from that cultural background that if you don't have this, artists are probably still not taken as seriously in the country. So when this money is being distributed, instead of it going 10 levels deep, it just gets to level 5.
Yeah.
And the rest, it doesn't get...
Well, I think the fact that artists still, in this day and age, you get asked to, you know, work for exposure. Then what can you expect, you know? From, I mean, come on now. Like, okay, fair enough. Yes, you know, a person might not have gone and studied a 3 or 4 year degree, you know, to get like qualification, but you don't understand the time, the effort, the blood, sweat, and tears that they put in to perfect their craft over the years, you know, for them to get turned around and say no.
And the people are hungry,
for exposure.
Oh, people are hungry.
We're hungry.
Artists are people too.
Like people need to make a living.
Yeah.
People need to put food on the table at the end of the day. Unfortunately, we're bound by certain systems that say we need to have chankora to go into the store to buy a thing of tin beans and your rice. Yeah. And that's how it works. And if you haven't had work from March, let's be quiet. I mean, just
people are frustrated, dude.
You haven't had work from then, and you're still expected to live and release an album or go shoot something. You're still expected to teach a dance class on Zoom.
Dude.
To teach that dance class on Zoom is data.
It's data, exactly.
Data must fall. I just I should put that out there.
Another hashtag that we know of, data must fall, clicks must fall. And speaking of protests, we had a safe protest, but now if
they don't take it up a notch.
They love to take it up a notch. Bro.
Someone behind the camera is wearing a red shirt. He might identify with this.
He might be a red man.
What do you think? You know what? This thing is so extreme. One thing I commend South Africa for one of the first times to take what is happening on Twitter and actually follow through with regards to this whole Tresemme thing.
Yeah.
EFF, I also do commend them for stepping up, but also at the same time, I don't know about the bashing though.
Bro, my thing is, okay, when they first sent out their message, I thought, okay, maybe they're sticking up for the people that feel offended by this, okay? And then what happened was, I think they sent that message on a Thursday or Friday, and they said you have 48 hours. What's in 48 hours? Saturday and Sunday. No one's going to be at work to make amends.
But this is a crisis.
I feel like they premeditated this because they knew, okay, they're probably not going to come through for us. We are going to be there at Clicks ready to do something.
Bang,
Boom.
Bang.
So I feel like it could have been premeditated, or should I say, they knew what they're going to do next. You know what I'm saying? And what happened was they ended up breaking down or busting through some Click stores, and there's a few memes out as well because
I think the biggest thing for me out of this whole thing is that, I mean, in a crisis that we're in at the moment, facing the whole pandemic and people losing their jobs, being out of work.
Yeah.
You in a way you're kind of adding, like, I'm not taking away anything that the EFF have done, to stand up, obviously for people during this time. But in the same vein, I think there could have been a better way it could have been handled, because now those stores that you've looted, you put them out of work. It's like, and in this time, we can't afford to have more people out of work. They support families,
exactly,
mouths to feed, and now you're taking away their work. Yes, you're standing up for them, but at the same time, it's like you're also taking away from them.
It's an interesting point. I came across a Facebook post that this lady was about to go to she was in the mall and she's like, hey, that answer here. But her thing was, yes, fair enough that this whole thing is happening, and yes, it has to be stopped, it has to be nipped in the bud, it should not carry on.
Yeah.
But she says she wishes that the whole of South Africa would rant about Clicks as much as they would rant like this, like how they did for Clicks, towards the 500 billion.
Bro, please, yes.
So she's saying that, this whole rant, why can't we also take that same energy? I mean, and put it to guys. Listen, I don't think I feel like because we're hearing 500, we're not understanding how big 1 billion is.
Bro, that's 1,000 million, bro. Think of it, more or less, right?
I'm saying it's almost like you have to break it down to understand how big 500 billion is.
Bro.
So, guys, at the end of the day, when apparently Zuma stole 250 million, there was a whole rant on every single newspaper. Everything, everybody is going, Zuma Mass 4, Zuma Mass 4. Now, 500 billion is gone.
Bro.
Now let's equate. Let's say, hypothetically speaking, let's say 250 million is gone. A quarter of a million. How many quarter millions do you need to make a quarter of a billion? Sorry. Quarter of a billion. Who was almost the meme there? No, I was gonna be cut. No,
bro.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, we saved you. We saved you. We got you.
You guys, give shout out. But how many quarter of a millions or of a billion? Can we say it again? Make 500 billion. 2,000
quarter billions, make 500 billion.
Is it on the news? Are people protesting?
No.
So that means where's this money?
Bro.
If people are not protesting, that means that this money was distributed.
Bro.
And there's no need for the news to speak about it. There's no news for the people who are high up there. That when petrol goes down by 1 rand, then the whole country is
I was actually reading an article that and you know what? I skimmed through it. It would have helped this conversation right now, but all these millions went to some of them went to dead people that have deceased already, dead people's accounts. It has gone, like, millions have gone to the wrong companies. It's gone to just random people. There's so many that has been split, but at the same time, it wasn't numbers that add up to 500 billion either. It was still in the millions. So 500, like, I feel that these people that are protesting, like the artists, they have every right to. I feel like maybe they, like, doing it, obviously, again, they did it the wrong way, but
anybody that's been affected work-wise throughout this whole pandemic and lockdown situation has a right to protest.
They have a right to protest. We have to know we're 500, but you can't lose 500 billion.
Not even for the sake of the money, just for the sake of there's been other countries that have been able to still function under this whole pandemic, and people are still able to work and feed their families. Why can't we?
my thing is, I think my thing is, why is this thing not being made such a big deal? If in history, whenever one president does something, it was a big deal. But now it's almost like, actually, we just put it under the carpet and we carry on.
Yeah.
Like, if we look at it, we have such people as Dischem.
Bro, Dischem. Bro, they've been smart about this.
If you saw that ad, you know what I'm talking about. Those people, they played it clean.
Where Clix's marketing team has failed, Dischem's marketing team has succeeded in this whole situation, bro.
Yeah.
Yo,
they are being the new Nandos.
For
those of you out there, we all know Nandos love to sting you when something occurs in society.
Loaded, ready to shoot.
They always have something.
Their team, you shut up.
Their team, guys,
that team is on peri-peri.
Bro, all the time. All the time.
This game comes out with a nice, beautiful, melanin, dark-skinned girl.
Oh, yeah?
Dark-skinned girl.
Ooh.
I can't sing like Beyonce. Anyways, she's out there on the side and they're promoting their online store.
Okay.
And the only thing it says is, this came only a few clicks away. My guy.
Bro,
subliminal shot.
No, that's a shot. That was
a nice low blow. Just a quick one, bro. Just to be like, yo, we here. And you know, Dischem and Clicks, they're both in what would you call it? What would you call it? A pharmaceutical. They're both pharmaceutical companies. Sorry, I got tongue twisted for a bit.
So it was a proper direct sort of,
Don't go to Clicks. You have us. We here still.
We here still. What you can't take, you can always. You can't get there. You can always get from here.
Shout out. We love friendly rebuttals. So for that bash of the week, I feel like that. You know what?
That was
a good one.
That was a good one.
Clicks, take that one. Clicks, take the L.
How crazy is it? Like in this day and age, things have gotten to a point now where even businesses are dissing one another. Like,
bro,
back in the day, this was unheard of.
You would
never hear
but we in that generation,
going at each other. But
it's almost like a corporate rap band.
Yeah, exactly. Got the
rebuttal. Bang,
bang.
Okay, you got me. I'ma get you about your makeup product.
I feel like they've seen what Nando does, and they're like, okay, we can also throw this in.
Please, in the comments, if you know if either Nando's outsources their social media team, or I just want to know which company does this.
I would love to know who does this.
Y'all need an award, honestly.
I know these guys need they need to make social media awards. Now there probably is,
bro.
Because we sometimes very ignorant out here, but we need to know about this. With that being said, we want to promote a local business that's been doing very well.
Okay.
Shout out to Sims and Tino.
Sims
and Tino.
Shout out.
A bit. So huge shout out to the couple, man. To those people that are hating towards the couple on Twitter, I don't even think I should make a comment about you. Go fly a kite.
Stop.
I almost said go fly a kite and die, but go fly a kite. There was no need for that. I don't know. I don't understand people that hate on progress. I personally.
And we're the progressive man cave, so we.
Progressive man cave. I don't understand people who hate on progress.
So what exactly happened? Like, what was the whole story?
I think if I have to paraphrase, because it's also a bit sensitive and I don't like to give away a story that is sort of not well versed. If you know. If they're watching this, guys, I don't know the full story, but basically, Sims, if I'm not mistaken, about 2 to 3 years ago, she got married. And unfortunately, her husband, passed away within a couple of months of their marriage. I didn't even know her or much about her at the time. But my girlfriend showed me the whole thing because she was, upset, and I was also a bit sort of touched about it. It's not nice.
Our condolences, definitely.
And then I think on Twitter, maybe like about 2 or 4 weeks back, she had a chance at love. I was so happy. I was excited. That's progress. I mean,
that's progress.
Something like that to happen, very few people can have a chance at love again.
Exactly.
And then when that happened, people were out there on some why are you in another relationship? Like, I can't even, stupid comments. I don't even think I should say them.
Yeah, exactly.
Some stupid, damn comments.
Just throwing shade for.
What? So now she's supposed to be single forever?
Beats me. I have no idea. But with that being said,
we progress,
We're progressing.
Definitely.
We have to promote the great things.
Exactly.
There's a label that is named after their beautiful child. Called Tiani. And obviously just saw that a beautiful clip. And I really love how it really just shows that perspective is very important and the glass that you look from is important.
Definitely.
So instead of them obviously focusing on all these things that are happening, they took this blessing and also as a further dedication and as an extension to their family, they made a clothing label
and
for the beautiful child. How dope is that?
that is dope. I feel that that's what you need in this time. Like, that is such a nice message to send. You know, through this time, we found a way to move forward. We've got a beautiful bundle that's with us now, and we wanna share with you guys our love through what we can give to, which is that brand, and the brand is a fresh brand. We've
building a
seen
legacy
it
for that child for
definitely.
Up, you know. I mean, jeez, that's
shout out to them. Awesome. You know what? We love what you're doing, and I won't lie. From 3 fashionable guys, like, that brand is fresh. I won't lie.
Listen, I just thought I should say this on camera. If you feel like throwing some merch for us too, but we will buy.
We will buy. We'll represent.
Just free
definitely.
Things.
Yeah, we don't
those
support
people.
local.
But
support local guys.
If you do see the need to, I'm just saying. Hey, we love you guys. We love you. We support you.
Yeah. Definitely. No, shout out. Well done to you guys doing your thing. Love the brand.
There's a couple of bundle of joys coming up.
Hey, bro.
Hey, who's the other one now?
My man.
The other mini that's on the way.
Clap back of the week,
bro.
Mini Dlamini Jones has a bundle of joys coming.
Okay.
And someone commented the Mini Dlamini Jones has another Mini Dlamini. If you get there,
And those, if you're looking for someone to recruit,
looking for someone, I'm not sure who that person was.
Find that person.
Find that person. That's yo.
Hey man, things are happening in South Africa.
Yeah, it's going down.
Things are happening. Casper's new album.
Please tell us about the Casper album, because I didn't get a chance to.
Yeah. Another thing. Hey, babies. Casper's album it's called it's ANN.
Yeah.
The abbreviation, I actually know what it stands for, but any minute now.
Yeah, any minute. Okay.
AMN.
Okay.
Any minute now. It's also a dedication to his baby.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So on topic of another bundles, bro. You see, we progressing. We move it, bro. I won't lie. I've been sleeping. I won't lie. I was still on the Nasty C album that just came out as well, and he dropped a video. So I was on that this week, amongst a few other things, but I'll definitely give Casper a shout out and give it to a listen. We'll definitely. Definite.
With that being said,
yeah.
For me personally, if you've been hating on Casper,
once
again, Hambo Tata Ikaiti and fly it. Durban is windy right now.
Yeah, Durban's windy, bro.
I will give you a kite myself, Mahala, and you will fly the kite. I mean, okay, if I have to sort of break it down, you guys need to listen to the album. If I have to break it down for me, what I actually loved on this project, it's almost like I didn't just love this project alone. I appreciated some of his previous projects.
Yeah.
I really appreciated how versatile he's been.
Okay.
He's taken out a Kwaito album. Obviously, we've had a previous hip-hop album from him. But we've sort of like got different feels of who he is as a person.
Yeah.
With this album, for me, I really love his songwriting.
Okay.
I really love this songwriting. He went in, he expressed himself.
Okay.
Hence, Casper and Ricky Rick.
Okay, yes, please. We heard about this.
A couple of tweets came out. Guys, I personally, I don't know what actually happened between the two of them.
Yeah.
I'd love to know. So if you do know, please comment and let us know.
Drop a comment.
What actually happened.
Yeah.
But I know people are going on about Ricky Rick's sort of tweets towards Casper, because obviously Casper expressed himself in one of the tracks.
Okay.
I think Ricky Rick's, to paraphrase, said something like, "I get that you obviously wrote this down and you wanted to get this off your chest, which is cool. But I do feel that we're two grown men. We should actually call each other and talk about this." People were obviously bashing Ricky Rick. Some people were. I don't feel that was a bad tweet.
Yeah.
Because one, he was able to say, "I get that you wanted to get some stuff off your chest." So I feel that sort of like saying, "I appreciate your work of art, and I also appreciate that you're a human. You need to express yourself."
Yeah.
Exactly.
But over and above that, let's call each other and talk.
Exactly.
Now I think the thing now might be pride on who gets to call who, but I sort of get that tweet.
Yeah.
But, whatever happened between the two of them.
I mean, going back a couple of years, weren't they a part of Boys and Bucks? They had a clique. They started a movement. They started the mainstream hip hop movement.
I'm not sure who was a part of which clique, but I know that they really got along and
they got along.
They had a dope working relationship. I think they also just got along as friends. But they could confide in each other.
And I would say they were the leaders of the mainstream hip hop that we all know as of the like trap, like new school kind of hip hop. when they came out with that sound because back a few years before them, we as South Africa was still on the boom bap, underground vibe, backpack rapper kind of style. So I feel like they grew up. They kind of nurtured this new sound that we are on.
I
they
don't know.
started it.
That could be subjective. I wouldn't say it's just them.
I wouldn't say it's just them. Definitely,
but I would say that
they were faces.
As a collective, they brought a lot
Yeah.
of sort of different sounds.
Sure.
They were kind of the faces. You would know it's them.
Something that was there.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
hey, hip-hop cats will come
Guys,
at you
but
for saying
yeah,
certain comments.
yeah. Sorry,
you know,
guys.
if you
it's
follow
not
South
like-
African hip-hop.
Yeah, I mean, you're an artist at the end of the day. Like, like you were saying, I can understand where Ricky's coming from, but at the same time, if I'm an artist, if there's the whole point of me expressing myself and being an artist is to express myself.
Yeah.
So if there's things going on in my life, I'm gonna talk about it.
Talk about exactly.
Sometimes you gotta push boundaries when it comes to art, because I mean, what? Now you're gonna if you're gonna stay in between the lines and try to please everybody, you're never gonna be true to what you create. So I get that some people might take offense to it, and I think this goes across like all genres. When it comes to making music, you gotta just kind of be vulnerable and just let things out. Sometimes people are gonna look at you sideways about it, but like, this dude. It's art at the end of the day. That's what you are.
That's
You're an
what you are.
artist.
That's true.
So I mean, I commend him for actually, and I mean, this is not the first time he's spoken about people in his life. Let's
Most
be honest. But that goes for how many other hip hop artists out there. So
I think that's true, because I mean that's the music we remember. We remember the music that has a season, that has emotions, that has something connected to it. Yes, we get the punchlines. I also love that. If you can give us punchlines and a story, I feel that's even better. With that being said, a huge shout out to Lockdown House Party. They've been holding it
Yes.
down.
Yes.
They've
been doing it.
I mean, the amount of opportunities. I've seen so many DJs that
Yeah.
I've personally never heard of.
Yeah.
So I feel there's been a great contribution towards the art space, especially the house sort of sector and the hip hop, obviously.
Yeah.
But it's been a dope journey.
No,
since the
definitely.
lockdown.
I mean, there's a group of guys that I'm familiar with. Shout out to the two boys that go by the name Two House DJs. Pretoria represents. Yeah, bro. Those have been doing things for a minute. And for them, when I saw their sets on Lockdown House Party, I was like, bruh, this is like a perfect opportunity. This is what I like about, some people have taken this situation and made something positive out of it and created a platform like this, to give people the opportunity to still be able to, express their craft and do what they do best, even during a time as this where they can't like get gigs and guys and play. At least they've got a platform like this, to actually still express themselves and get
shout out to everyone.
out there.
Shout out to everyone who has actually taken this time to offer a platform. For this.
Exactly,
that's true. There's a couple of platforms.
There's a couple of
It's just that
platforms.
today we're talking about lockdown.
Yeah.
but there are
Yeah, no,
other
definitely.
ones.
Definitely, yeah.
Also has I think a pajama party.
Yeah.
Happening online.
I mean,
So
we
there's
also
a
get
couple of
like
platforms.
Radio of Color as
Radio
well.
of Colour.
They've also been doing big things, on the
The
Durban
soup,
scene as well.
Durban scene, the soup.
Yeah,
Shout out.
So shout out to
Oh,
the
yeah.
guys that are actually creating platforms for for DJs and for artists during this time. Because I mean, like we spoke about earlier, it's been a tough time for
Been a
artists.
tough time for
It has,
artists.
and I also love the fact that during the lockdown house party, a lot of the guys have been smart in a sense that most of them, after they leave there, they promote their album. They're like, hey, my album is out.
Yeah.
Like most of them, they have something ready.
Exactly.
So by the time they go
Yeah.
on there, they
Yeah.
drop a fire set and they're like, hey, my album is out. I'm like, yo,
Yeah.
people are
Bro.
recording albums so quickly.
Bro.
Like most of them are prepared.
Yeah, they're prepared these days, bro. Yo, I think they've had enough time.
Yeah.
Or maybe maybe they're waiting for the drop to be this year, but then obviously we had a
Something
lockdown.
happened,
Yeah.
But
so they're taking
either
the
which way,
opportunity.
it was a plus side for them. They were the positive to the whole outcome. And
It definitely was. Also, a huge shout out to DJ Wobbly.
Yeah,
DJ Wobbly,
431.
yo,
He was on lockdown house party last week.
Mm.
Also, from a guy who's been in the dance scene, with us growing up, went
Yeah.
to the hip hop and DJing scene, and he's been killing it. So you said, huge shout out, big ups.
big ups.
All right, guys. With that being said, another huge shout out. Man, people are working during lockdown, man.
Hey, bro.
People are
Bro.
actually launching stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm a sucker for people who are working. I'm a sucker for people who are like, I have an idea and it's not just going to be a concept in my head, but I'm actually gonna do something about it.
Yeah.
And
Agreed.
up next from Durban,
Yeah.
031, we have Underground Radio.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Underground radio. They do
Yeah,
their
man.
thing.
Yeah, Underground Radio is a radio station that's available on Google apps and on the Play Store right now.
Okay.
So if you are looking for a new radio station that's out, fresh and dope, make sure that you download that app. They normally have breakfast shows available now. Mainly throughout the day, they're playing some music, and I'm not sure if they have an afternoon show.
Okay.
But you should definitely check that out. Huge shout out to that. What do you think of that concept?
I think that is crazy. That is so dope. Like, first of all, who would have thought, okay, let's do a radio station and on an app for all to hear. And you know what? It makes sense because we're always on our phones.
True.
A true story.
We're always either in the car or on our phone, but we use our phone. We wake up to our phone. We go to sleep with our phone. And to have a radio station that's there, right there on your in the palm of your hand. I mean, I like that idea that they have going on.
Yeah, it's dope that people are like thinking out of the box, you know, with regards to trying to like make something happen within their careers. You know, they're not just like, they're not just taking the back foot now, but like, oh, we're in a pandemic, can't work. Nah, there's people out there actually still pushing. Yeah. Be like, you know what, this is a minor setback, but at the end of the day, you know,
it goes to show independence. It goes to show you don't have to worry about the mainstream. You don't have to be on a mainstream radio station. You know, get back up, do your thing. You know, that's what it's about.
I think what I also love about the whole concept is that this whole perspective, and our perspective has been coming out a lot today. Yeah. But some people see just vacant land, and other people see 2-story buildings.
Exactly.
Some people see a tower within the same very place. Exactly. So we might see a pandemic, but other people are saying, listen, we see where the market is going, and we can see the influx of content, the influx of things that are about to happen. So we rather get started now and open up our radio station. You know, start out with a couple of shows with whoever's down, whoever's available, saying, I can see the vision, I want to be a part of that. We're going to catch on way later. Then we're like, oh, in 2020, we should, that's what was happening when
I had that idea, but, you know, I threw it to the side. That always happens.
I read a quote during the week. It says, God blesses the works of your hands. He doesn't bless your ideas.
True story.
This is true.
That's the truth. You can have everybody has this. It's just like the saying that says there's no such thing as an original idea. I always struggled with the thought because I'm like, but I've never seen someone come up with that concept. It's my original idea. But the truth is, we're all connected to a Wi-Fi of thoughts. Yes. And all of us have access to that. You can pull it down. The difference would be the person who actually acts on it. Yeah, so it's not that somebody copied your idea all the time. It's just the fact that I had the idea and I worked on the idea and it actually happened.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then you come out and you're like, but I had that idea first.
You didn't act on the idea.
You're always gonna
Shame on you.
You're always going to be the person of, do you have a friend that's the idea friend?
Bro, in the color culture, we always have that one guy who was going to be a professional soccer player, but had that ankle injury or the leg injury.
You always have that friend. They always have ideas.
Bro,
and sometimes they don't. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes they come at you, they're like, yo, I just thought of something else, man. A, B, C, and D, A, B, C, and D. Then the next thing you know, Gift is saying that, but no, he's not that person. We're out here working. So
we're out here working.
You call yourself that person. You got some big time. Hey, listen, man. I know he doesn't like this, but please understand when the credits of Black is King were going up, Gift's name was on there.
Oh, nice.
Ooh. Nice.
Please understand. I know he doesn't like to make a big deal out of that. For me, that is a big deal.
That is a big deal.
That is a big deal to have worked on that production and have your name in the credits. Oh man, I don't even know what to say, man. He knows. I fuss about it alone. For me, that is such a big deal to know that we have somebody of that caliber sitting amongst us here.
Yeah, I mean, he's such a humble guy. He comes across as such a chill person, and he's worked on many productions that you'd be proud of.
When I was back in high school,
and we here with him.
I know Gift for a while.
Yeah.
So when I was back in high school, Gift was on ET. He was working on what is that fat loss show? The Biggest Loser.
Oh, the Biggest Loser. Oh,
I'm out here back in high school, and yes, Gift, we out
here together.
And it's not like we're not accessible. No, Gift is there. I mean, one of the first, like, to be honest, I didn't grow up being fortunate enough to go out to the movies. Right? Yeah. I think I probably went once, and then Gift is my sister's friend, and then randomly, Gift is like, I probably don't even have a relationship with Gift. It's like, hey, let me take your brother out to the movies. and we went to Musgrave. For me, he might not know,
Yeah.
but for me, it was such a big thing because like we didn't have the type of money for me to just go out and watch a movie and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But then a year later or 2 years later, how Gift, Rachel, he's cameraman for The Biggest Loser.
Bro.
So many big productions. All I'm just trying to say is that people in South Africa and in 031 are working.
Yeah.
And we see that.
We have talent, and
definitely.
just shout out to Gift for helping
Shout out
us
to
and
all the
coming
people,
through.
that are still making it happen, regardless of the situations, bro. And like for the rest of the country out there, if you know of any people that are on the same tip, that have kept it pushing, no matter what, let us know. Like, hit us up. Let us know who these people are. We'd like to, dig deep into.
So let us know who you know of that you feel is doing their thing. Drop some comments.
Yeah.
Tag them. Tag us. Tell their stories. Share stories. We're here for that. We're here to uplift. And
I think that's another reason why we started this channel. Besides us just being a progressive man cave, we really want to talk about some of the amazing things that South Africans are doing.
Yeah.
I mean, this goes from clothing, this goes from businesses, community projects. I'm talking about everything. We really want to be a part of that. So please, guys, follow us on social media projects. DM us, holla at us. This will be up on our podcast, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. We're out here. With that being said, this is Urban Azania, the Progressive Man Cave. Manda Mapumulo.
Big J, the big unknown.
Farron, Lord Fahrenheit. Bless.
Good, man. Thank you so much.
Many blessings, guys.
Episode 1. Officially, we finally got it done.
We got it done.
It's been such a struggle.
Bro, it's a lie.
Yeah, we started at one time. It's even getting dark. But we got a nice CV. I just always have to say.
It's a mad CV, but you can see it's gone a little dark over here. We got some lighting, but we kept grinding. We kept doing it. So yeah, man.
Kept it going.
Shout out to us for this.
Shout out to us.
Yeah.
Shout out to the people behind the camera.
Yeah.
The DOPs.
Etc.
Cheers. Peace. Do it.
Peace.
Oui.
Pa, 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 pa,
Pa, pa, pa.
Man, it's really been a hassle to record this thing. I
This
don't
is like crazy.
Yeah, hey,
Devil is a liar. I thought I'd repeat that again.
Out here.
So people know. You might just meet this guy in the mall.